So if I were to ask you right now, what is your type? What type of man are you attracted to? What will your answer be? Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 issues with only dating your type. So let me start off by saying that there's absolutely nothing wrong with having certain desires in a man and in your purpose partner. Any woman that I've worked with can tell you that this is one of the first things that we work on together. What is it that you want in a partner? What are you trying to create for your life with that partner? I think that that is so important. But oftentimes I see women getting a little bit too hung up on a type, as in, the men that they date could very well be clones of each other. And there are 3 issues with that. So I hope you don't mind. I have notes, so you'll see me looking down at those a little bit. But here's the first issue with having a type. How informed is this type? And what I mean by that is I will see women who they say, okay, this is the type of man that I date, but they've never been in a serious relationship. They've never really gone out there and done any dating. This whole type that they have is based on something like they dated one guy in high school. They ended up marrying said guy. So they're divorced now and they just assume that their type is the same type of man their husband was. Or they haven't had any dating or relationship experience at all. And their type is based on something that they've seen in the movies or on TV or what their friends have told them is attractive. If you are going to say that you have a type, then that type needs to be informed based off your own experiences. This is why I'm a huge advocate for getting out there and meeting different kinds of men, talking to different kinds of men, having conversations with different types of men, and yes, dating different types of men. So by now, we talked about the fact that, your type needs to be informed. And that leads us to the opposite end of the spectrum, when your type is a little bit too informed and not working for you. So you may have heard the phrase, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. This is problem 2 with a type, when your type isn't working. So if you say that you have a certain type of man and you are dating these type of men all the time and all of these relationships are unhealthy, all of these relationships are not working for you, then it's time that you reevaluate your type. If this is the case, you need to see what common patterns are there, other than obviously you as the common denominator, but what are some of the things that these men all have in common that make it so that relationships with them don't work? Once you filter out those things, you should filter those out of your type. And the third thing that you need to consider is your type aligned with your needs? So I see this particularly with the women that I work with, because a lot of my clients are high-powered women. And they're women who have great careers, they have great career goals. Some of them are business owners, and they will come to me and they will say that they want the type of man who is incredibly traditional, the type of man who is the alpha male and who has all those stereotypes that come along with being an alpha male. Now, in theory, there's nothing wrong with that. However, one of the big issues with a man who is the quintessential alpha male is that he's going to have a problem with a woman who is really high powered. He is going to expect her to take a very strong backseat to his career and to his needs. So you say that you want that, but if you're in a position where you have decided that the life that you want involves you constantly climbing the corporate ladder, or it involves you being an entrepreneur who grows a bigger and bigger business, that man that you say is your type is not aligned with your needs. You need a man who is a strong man, who is a provider, who is a supporter, but he is also the type of man who is open and even welcomes a woman who is a partner in more than just being a partner in the household. He welcomes the idea of a power couple that, goes and secures the bag together. But again, I will see women who will say that they want the type of man who is not interested in any of those things, and then they wonder why their relationships are failing. So there's nothing wrong with being clear on what you want, but just know that when it comes to having a certain type, your type needs to be informed. Your type needs to be the type that's not going to constantly hurt you. And your type needs to be aligned with your needs and your lifestyle. So I hope that you find this helpful. And if you have any questions, you are always welcome to pop those in the comments. Also, if you are available on Monday, November 18th, then I sincerely hope that you will join me for Alone to Alluring. It is going to be a series of online workshops where we are going to talk about all the things that it takes to get your romantic life together and get you in the right mindset before the end of the year so that you can attract your purpose partner. We're discussing what it means to date as a Christian. We are talking about breaking soul ties. We're talking about how to increase your confidence. It is going to be such an exciting day. And also just know that once you sign up for it, it goes well beyond just the 18th because you will have lifetime access to all of the workshops that I am doing that day. So if you're interested, I have the link for Alone to Alluring in the description to this video, and I can't wait to see you there. I'm just really excited because out of all the workshops and classes and all that I've had the past couple of years, I'm probably most excited about this one. So see you there. Talk to you soon. Love you all.